It's the tradition that Nebraskans have come to love. From game day to every day, Valentino's. Taste the tradition.
At Fairway Meat Market, you're family, and as part of the family, they want to save you money on your meat and groceries. Fairway has fresh cut meats, seafood, cheese, wine, and spirits, and a friendly staff that's always ready to help you find what you need. Stop by Fairway Meat Market today to plan your weekly meals in the Rockledge Square Shopping Center, just south of 84th and Van Dorn.
Have you been injured in an accident and don't know where to turn? Do you need a lawyer you can trust to handle your case with professionalism and compassion? The attorneys at Liberty Law understand that a call to an attorney is a call for help. If you've been injured, we want to help you. Liberty Law's experienced attorneys are committed to the pursuit of justice for those injured. Contact us for a free consultation by calling 877-42-LIBERTY. Call Liberty Law and find out how we can help get you the compensation you deserve. Call 877-42-LIBERTY. Liberty Law Group. Trial attorneys you can trust.
Country music star Rodney Atkins will be performing at the Icebox on Friday, June 20th. Tickets start at $30 and doors open at 7 p.m. The capacity is only 3,000, so don't wait. Buy your tickets at LincolnStars.com today before it sells out.
Hey there, this is Paul Scheel, owner of High Electric. I want to thank our friends and loyal customers and introduce High Electric to those looking for a new electrician. We've been serving the Lincoln and Omaha area for over 30 years, from design to install, upgrades, and repair. If you are a homeowner or a small business needing some electrical work, call us at 402-466-6606 or check us out at hyelectric.com. We look forward to hearing from you.
Are you looking for an exciting new way to put your skills to work? Explore new career options in the fintech industry at Currency, a Sandhills global company. We offer full-time positions in financial sales, compliance, operations, and other fields. We also offer a 4.5-day work week, an attractive benefits package, and opportunities for advancement. Put your motivation to work and grow with us at Currency. Visit gocurrency.com/careers to learn more.
Psst. You know what's better than waking up early to go to the airport? Sleeping in. Lucky for you, the lines at the Lincoln Airport are so short and our service is so fast. You won't need to sacrifice precious beauty sleep to get here hours before your flight. So, go ahead, sleep in. You deserve it, and choose the airport that helps you relax. LNK, make flying easy.
Empire Netting and Fence delivers top quality netting and fence solutions. From major sports venues to backyard installs and everything in between, coast to coast. We take on tough jobs with grit, integrity, and a strong commitment to safety. Empire is growing, and we're hiring motivated people ready to grow with us. We build each other up, and we're building something big. Think you've got what it takes? Apply now at empire-fence.com. That's empire-fence.com.
At Farm Bureau Financial Services, we strive to provide you with the right coverages for all your insurance needs by taking the time to meet with you and review what coverages best fit your needs. So whether you're in the market for home, auto, farm, business, life, or a combination of any of these coverages, we can help with making sure you, your family, or your business have the right coverage based on your individual needs. If you would like to review your insurance needs, please contact Ben Spurt with Farm Bureau Financial Services at 402-217-9945 or through email at ben.spurt@fbfs.com. Saturday. Eagle Raceway is open for a full season of dirt track racing action every Saturday night. Don't miss the epic battles on the high banks of Eagle Raceway each Saturday between the Nebraska Septic Sprint Cars, Nebraska Lottery Modifieds, Avid Realty Sport Mods, Valentino's Hobby Stocks, and A1 Iron Stock Cars. Let's go racing. Eagle Raceway, just 10 miles east of Lincoln on O Street. Check out the full schedule at eagleraceway.com.
With the Planet Fitness Black Card, you can bring a friend anytime and so much more when you join today. You heard that right. Conquer the stair climber with your partner in climb. Enjoy a post-workout recovery session in the hydro massage and do it all again with access to any of our 2,700 convenient locations. So, you coming? Get all the perks with the PF Black Card for $1 down and $24.99 a month.
Hurry. You won't want to miss this exclusive offer. Deal ends June 13th.
See Club for details.
Welcome to The Drive with A.D. Raff and Ahman Gray. Former Husker football national champion, speaker, and author, Aaron Davis.
Nebraska will win the national championship.
The Cornhuskers beat Miami. It is history, 13-0, and bring that trophy back to Lincoln.
Former Arena Football League quarterback, former head coach of the Capital City Crush, and guru of Husker football history, Chris Raff.
25 straight wins for the Cornhuskers. One of the most dominating stretches in college football history.
We may have seen one of the best teams in the history of college football tonight.
12-year NFL veteran.
He's got some speed to go with strength.
Huskers and Green Bay Packers Hall of Famer.
Shovel pass to Green into Vikings territory. Finally brought down.
And University of Nebraska eSports coach, Ahman Green.
Look at Green all by himself. 20, 10, touchdown.
Sponsored by Doors Plus on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Welcome, folks. It is Thursday. This is The Drive. It is a gorgeous, cloudy Thursday morning here at 1040 O Street, but it is absolutely gorgeous. The birds were singing this morning. The sunrise was immaculate. Louis was passing gas on my deck this morning, and the birds stopped singing.
Yeah,
so it was
heck of a way to open up the show. Things are going incredible, guys. And then my dog just decided to start ripping farts all nonstop.
Dude, it was so peaceful out there. You know, the coffee, my quiet time, my journal, a little prayer. And all of a sudden, this dude just starts going to town. I was just like, bro, we really doing this night now, Louis?
Raff, do you journal, Raff?
No, I do not journal.
I never wonder, or I've never thought about journaling.
Mm-hmm.
When did you start journaling, AD?
Oof.
Well, I mean, is this like a 20-year type of thing?
Oh, yeah.
Really?
I have journals for each one of the kids.
No way.
When they were born. And there's I do every day with them. But when each one of the kids were born, I started a journal for them. Just highlights and things like that. And I got a good friend of mine who, now obviously technology's advanced. He sends his kids an email regularly.
Whoa.
He created an email account for them and highlights, tough things as well.
Yeah.
But I love that idea too, because then you don't have to worry about anything, journal being lost. It's in the cloud. It's out there forever. But I love that idea as well. I'm past that stage.
There is something special about handwritten things, though.
Yeah.
Right.
Even with the handwritten part is something. I started this practice years ago, and it's therapeutic. It's cool ideas, what's on your mind, what you're going through, what you're dealing with.
So
it's just it's not for everybody.
No. I'm not anti-journaling. This is just I was curious.
Yeah.
So
right? It's awesome.
When you complete a journal, are they in your library, or where do you put those at?
Yeah, I gotta. If you look at my library next time, Raff, there's a lot of them.
I was gonna say, so can you get through a full calendar year with one journal?
I have before.
Okay.
Yeah, I have before.
Because this is an everyday thing.
Almost. Okay. Yeah. And there's times in my life where I've done it a lot more than others.
Of course.
But yeah, man, it's a cool thing, man.
Interesting.
I love this. Go ahead.
By chance, have you wrote my name in any of your journals?
Oh yeah, both you guys.
Really? Could I get some NIL?
Well, you got to talk to God about that. It was my prayer session.
Yeah.
I mean,
hey, no. Hey, can I get
I was
NIL?
praying for Raff and safe travels. Well, God, Raff wants to be paid for praying.
Yeah. Hey, he needs a little bit of kickback his way just to get to a place safely.
Not enough to pray for safety. He wants some money.
Yeah. It's okay if I get in an accident as long as I get an extra $25.
Yeah. Your dad's name is in there.
Oh, nice.
Mr. Sainer.
Thank you.
But yeah, just I have the gratitude every morning. Then I have a prayer list every morning. And then just thoughts and things of that nature. My dad would do it quite a bit too.
Cody from Broken Bow makes a good point. He says you can always handwrite things, then scan them and upload them to the cloud. That's what I do with the letters from my grandma and stuff.
Cody, that's a great idea.
Great idea.
That is a great. I need to do that with my dad. My dad and mom with a lot of their writings too.
Would you classify yourself as a hoarder? Do you just keep things not necessarily a hoarder, but do you just keep things just to keep them, or does every little thing that you have value to you?
I would say with some things.
Okay.
I do. With books, it's hard for me to let go of a book.
Yeah.
Even if I've gotten better at the books part, because when we cleaned out my parents' house, I looked at my own library. I'm like, you know what? I'm never going to read this book again. So what? And in fact, I just dropped some off at a local place here about 2 weeks ago that had been sitting in the back of my. Raff, you've seen it. Those books that were sitting in my garage forever.
Yep.
And then I finally dropped those off the bookstore.
Yeah.
A local bookstore downtown here about 2 weeks ago. But yeah, books is things I'll hold on to. Clothes, because of what all three of us do, you get a lot of stuff.
Yes,
you know what I'm saying? And when I go speak, I'm always getting a t-shirt from this conference. I'm not wearing all those shirts, man.
Nice.
You know, and so I get rid of those quite easy, but I do have a lot of clothes.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah. So some things I hoard on to, some things I don't. Raff, I think I already know the answer.
Yeah. Raff's got everything.
Raff, what about you, man?
Yeah, it's a bit of a problem I have. You never know when that I mean, just the stuff I find is just hilarious. Like when I was getting ready to move down here, I was finding stuff from grade school, and I was finding just crazy stuff. I was like, I found like all my freshman papers. I'm like, why did I keep? I have no idea. I thought maybe I was going to sell it someday. I have no idea.
Freshman in high school or college?
Freshman in college. I have all my high school stuff. I found the scouting report with Lincoln Southeast and Lincoln High. I found that.
Wow.
I found my friends Chris and Dana got married 25 years ago. I found the invitation to their wedding still in the envelope. I mean,
that's crazy. So some of those things though, they have sentimental value.
Yeah.
So that's understandable. I think about, and here I am 24. Hopefully I'm years and years away from having to worry about this. Whoever has to clean out my space when I die, I don't want them to go through the burden of being like, why on earth did Nick keep this?
Oh, okay. I got one.
That's my thing, because I've had family members that have passed away, and it is absolutely insanity trying to clean out everything, and it makes our lives I mean, I'm sure people on the text line 402-464-5685 Honda Lincoln hotline and the Starter Heyman text line. I'm sure people on the text line are like, yeah, you know what, Nick, you're preaching to the choir, because I just cleaned out somebody's house, or I just cleaned out somebody's space, and they kept everything. They kept, like my grandparents, for example. I love them to death. but my grandpa's got like 3 mowers, and he's got like 2 tractors. And I'm sitting here being like, Gerald, what do we need? What are we doing here?
Hold on to that stuff, man.
Yeah, you hold on to it, but he has got 3 of them, but none of them work. And it's like, okay, so what are we holding on to
that
here?
Might be a job.
Are we just trying to piece these things together to where it's like, okay, we can maybe make one working mower?
That might be a project. Are they mowers or tractors?
Mowers. Yeah, it's like
mowers,
multiple mowers.
Yeah.
It's multiple, he's got like 15 of every tool. I mean, just accumulated stuff. And here's the thing is, so it's my dad's parents. Shout out to Craig. And Craig might be hopped up in the recliner still with his foot elevated listening to this. But he might just be like, Dad, my immediate family is starting to warn him, Dad, don't become like your father and start just accumulating junk. We don't need to have 10 of the same wrench around the house. All right. We just don't.
Have you heard your eBay stories?
Your eBay stories. Yeah.
You got to tell them, Raff.
All right. So I don't know. I got into the eBay thing pretty intent. Well, after a while, I quit opening up things. So when I was getting ready to move down here, I had over 400 things that I had not opened yet.
400.
What did you buy off of eBay?
Not 40. 400.
You name autographs, pictures, like the Jack Nicklaus, and I got like Jack Nicklaus, Gary Player autograph, Arnold Palmer autograph. So I never opened them. So then also what happened before that was when I would buy like autographs, like 8x10s and stuff, the best way to keep them straight was I'd put them in hardcover books. Well, I forgot where I put all the autographs. So I have all these books that I have no clue where the autographs are at.
So you have to just look through each book?
One day maybe somebody will. I doubt that I will, but I've made it very clear to anybody that goes through my stuff, or I have a buddy of mine that I've told him, I'm like, if something happens to me, you can have half of everything you sell. Just give the other half, to Tracy or my parents or whatever. But so it's crazy. I have no idea how much stuff I got. I opened about maybe 100 things. I still have about 300 things left, probably.
Oh,
Is that a boredom thing? Like, are you just sitting on the couch, kind of bored, and you just start scrolling through eBay and just start buying stuff?
Yeah, I think so. I think it got to a point for a while there. It was nuts. I was probably having like 10, 15 packages a week coming in. So,
oh my gosh.
Hazel Bear says, spending your money while it's still yours. David, what's up, Dave? Great time with Dave yesterday, man.
Incredible time.
Great time. With
he could have played a little bit better, but it was a good time. We did get a question on the YouTube stream from Meat Prayers. It says, what's a must-read book that y'all would recommend? I'm going to go out on a limb and say that Raff and I aren't going to be as valuable to this discussion as AD will be, because I think I've completed in the last 5 years. I think I've completed 3 books from cover to cover.
Reading's not. I mean,
I want to. I have aspirations to become a reader. It's just not in the cards.
My guy Meat Prayers, as long as he cooks, I know who it is. That's my boy. Shoot me a text. Let me know what you're looking for. Like what
There you
genre?
go.
Is there a genre?
Oh, he's got the personal phone number.
Yeah, he does.
Wow. Meat Prayers.
That's my guy, man. He can throw down. If you're not following him on Instagram, you got to follow Meat Prayers, because the food that he prepares, good gosh, it's insane. David, what's up again? Dave from Renew. He goes, I wish that's something with my grandmother's handwriting to me. That's a tattoo I would want. Her writing saying I love you on. I love that. We were talking about tats a little bit yesterday. And I don't have a tattoo. We talked about that, and I'm still debating if I'm going to get one or not. Like it's got to mean something.
I'm leaning towards it. I just gotta. This will actually be good to open up to the text line as we discuss this. Recommendations on where to go. No free shout outs, of course, but recommendations on where to go. I think I'm going to jump into the tattoo boat. It's nothing crazy, but I think I finally.
Nick?
Huh?
Do you need my autograph?
I do not. Certainly not. I would be terrified of it if I put a temporary tattoo of your autograph on me, just because I would have to
sniff.
I would be like, please tell me that this is temporary. No, I think I found a little. I figured out what I want. That was priority number 1. Now priority number 2 is I got to figure out where I want it. So we'll see.
Raff, if you ever got a tattoo, where would you put it at?
Oh man, I don't know. I've never thought about it. Maybe on my side, like underneath my arm, maybe.
Okay, like rib.
Yeah.
Nice.
I would put it's going to be on. If I get one, it's going to be on my arm.
Well, yeah, you got the arms the size of a forehead. So,
yeah,
I mean,
it's going to be someplace where you can't see it. I mean, I mean, if I wanted to wear, if I was wearing a polo speaking someplace, I wouldn't. I mean, that's just me. In
Of course,
I've been on stage with speakers where their entire sleeve, they have 2 sleeves on.
Yeah.
I'm
leaning on my pec. That's where
I've heard Nick. I've heard that the lower back tattoos are starting to get popular again.
We are not doing that.
Little
don't
little thing on there.
Yep, little thing. Nope.
Hazel Bear says, "Don't do it, AD. I feel like a unicorn these days, not having tattoos." Like I said, I don't have one. The only thing, and I told Troy Both, our other golf buddy, yesterday, I told him that in my fraternity and some of the black fraternities, you get branded.
Yeah.
And my mom made me promise her when I pledged my fraternity that I would not get branded.
Mm-hmm.
She goes, "I don't care if you get a tattoo, but do not," for a lot of different reasons. But
yeah,
do
of
not
course.
and teach their own who does.
Yeah.
But my mom said, "Promise me you will not get branded." So I was like, I won't get branded. I won't do that.
Yeah. Like I said, my big thing was I had needed to find something that like I actually wanted to permanently put on my body.
Mm-hmm.
We got a text on there from Ted, 53-year-old man, advice on tattoos. Avoid the cartoon character or comic strip character. They don't age well. It's not going to be anything like that. I was also looking at like, okay, what can I get that's small that I can just go, all right, yep, you know what? This is meaningful, I guess. Like this is meaningful to me. And so I think I finally figured it out. And I also didn't want something just generic. Like I wanted something a little more unique. And I want to put like the way that it's the style of it. I want to make it unique to kind of myself in hopes that like nobody else has one that looks like that. So I think it's going to be small, but I just need to know where to go because obviously this is an avenue I have never went down. So we'll just see how it goes.
Big B's got one. Good morning to you, brother. Because I have a sleeve on one arm and a lower leg sleeve. I've seen some cool ones though, man. Big B. I bet
yeah.
Big B, if you get a chance, man, text a picture of it in so we can take a look at it, man.
I enjoy looking, and like the tattoos are cool. They fit a lot of guys and girls like really well to where it's like, yeah, you know what? Like, yeah, the sleeve looks really, really good. I don't think I will ever be able to pull off a sleeve.
Has anyone ever on the text line got one removed before?
That's a good question.
Yeah,
I think that might be a question for Pete Ferguson, because doesn't he have the Super Bowl Dallas Cowboys championship every year? So he probably has to get that removed every year.
I think that might be a scar more than a tattoo. Folks, we got a great show for you today. There's some Husker news we'll talk about. NBA action starts tonight, but we're definitely going to talk. There was like an that we seen in the portal yesterday. So we'll discuss that at 9:30 as well. We got Husker big weekend for Husker recruiting. Also, we'll go down some more of the nominees as far as the Hall of Fame goes. So a packed show for you today as far as that goes.
Jordan from Wilbur says, Nick, something small and subtle as the Mike Tyson face tattoo. Here's the deal. Should I just go straight up Post Malone and just start getting like the teardrops that are coming out of the eye? Like, can you imagine if I just showed up on Monday with 2 teardrops that are coming out of my eye? Nick, are you crying? No, it's my tattoo.
Big B, if you guys can see it on the text line, Raff, and Nick, that is a sweet sleeve he's got on there, man. That is sweet.
See, that's cool. Like all
that
the color and everything. That's sweet. That's cool, man.
I like that. Brad from Baldwin, bottle of Patron and some ink needle I can draw. Give me a shout.
Hey, Brad, listen, man. Brad, I've been with you while you've drank a little bit. I'm going to stay far away from that. I'm actually probably going to take the Patron away. But because I might need the Patron. I don't know. Yeah, it's crazy. No, it's an exciting couple of days. Obviously, you guys know this. I will not be here tomorrow.
Yes.
Bach will be subbing in. Bach is
back?
Bach is coming back today from the Philippines.
Oh, he's going to be exhausted.
So he is back. He'll be with you guys tomorrow morning and Monday, but ADU and I will be out at Wilderness Ridge on Monday doing a live remote for the Ahman Green golf tournament that's going on out there. So we'll be doing that on Monday, but tomorrow Bach will be with you guys. I'll be at this time, hopefully
out
North Platte.
What time are you guys leaving?
6 a.m. The caravan leaves the station at 6 a.m. tomorrow.
You guys could be pretty close to North Platte about this time.
Yeah.
And then remember, you'll get that hour back once you cross.
That's right.
Going to Ogallala.
North Platte. We've told some funny hotel stories on this show, and every time we bring up North Platte, I have to tell this story. This is right up there for good reason. This is right up there with the Moore, Oklahoma Super 8 that's just off the interstate. So obviously we found some, paraphernalia in the Moore, Oklahoma hotel. However, with North Platte, my buddies and I were going on a golf trip out to Colorado and a couple of years ago. It's for my buddy's 21st birthday. Shout out to Mitch. Anyway, we were like, all right, we're going to golf in Kearney and then let's stay in North Platte. How about this though, guys? I was in charge of booking the hotels. I did not tell my buddies that we were booking this hotel in North Platte, which one we booked. We walk into the room, and it was the longest, skinniest room that I've ever seen in a hotel room. Why, you ask? Because there were 3 queen beds in the room. 3 queen beds were laid out in the Motel 6. And it was, we were all, 21, 22 at the time, so we didn't care. We just needed a clean bed to sleep in. And 3 queen beds in the exact same room in the Motel 6 in North Platte. It was one of the craziest experiences. Just not 2 beds, not 1, 3 queen size beds just in a row. It looked like a military barracks.
Thunderdog Collins says, good morning to you, brother. He goes, my buddy started getting some removed because the Army was changing the tattoo policy. Interesting. After 1 session of removal, he decided he would rather get kicked out. And then the Army decided to keep the standard. Decided to keep the standard. He was relieved. But that is, oh, man, I can't imagine that. I can imagine that. Yeah. Folks, when we come back, we'll read some more text. We're going to hop on some Nebraska baseball news. Also, there was some softball that was played last night. Game 2 is tonight. We'll discuss the winners of that. Big recruiting weekend for the Nebraska football team coming up this weekend as well. Folks, it's The Drive. It's Thursday. If you're thirsty for some coffee, come down and see me and Nick. We'll be here until 11 o'clock. It's The Drive, 937 Ticket.
Bagels and Joe is the perfect place for breakfast or lunch in June. Try their brand new s'mores cold brew with graham cracker cold foam. Also try a s'mores croissant and add cake batter cream cheese to any bagel. 4 locations in Lincoln and 1 in Seward. Bagels and Joe.
Your Nebraska Lottery announces the 2025 NASCAR Powerball Playoff. And it's a great way to get on track for a chance to win $1,000. From May 27th to June 23rd, buy $2 of Powerball, enter the voucher number online, and you could be one of 20 winners of $1,000 and a chance to win a VIP trip to the NASCAR Championship weekend at Phoenix Raceway. Roar into any Nebraska Lottery retailer and buy $2 of Powerball today. Powerball top prize odds 1 in 292 million.
Saturday. Eagle Raceway is open for a full season of dirt track racing action every Saturday night. Don't miss the epic battles on the high banks of Eagle Raceway each Saturday between the Nebraska Septic Sprint Cars, Nebraska Lottery Modifieds, Avid Realty Sport Mods, Valentino's Hobby Stocks, and A1 Iron Stock Cars. Let's go racing. Eagle Raceway, just 10 miles east of Lincoln on O Street. Check out the full schedule at eagleraceway.com.
Make plans to attend the Nebraska Whiskey Carnival this Saturday at Sideshow Spirits in Lincoln. This unique one-day festival highlights Nebraska distilleries, local vendors, and chill music. A general admission ticket gets you a custom tasting glass and free samples from the distillery booths. Food trucks will be on site to sell food and snacks, and cigars will be available for purchase. Get your tickets today at SideshowSpirits.com. It's the Whiskey Carnival this Saturday from 3 to 6 p.m. at Sideshow Spirits at 16th and P.
Hey there, this is Paul Scheel, owner of High Electric. I want to thank our friends and loyal customers and introduce High Electric to those looking for a new electrician. We've been serving the Lincoln and Omaha area for over 30 years, from design to install, upgrades, and repair. If you are a homeowner or a small business needing some electrical work, call us at 402-466-6606 or check us out at hyelectric.com. We look forward to hearing from you.
Are you looking for an exciting new way to put your skills to work? Explore new career options in the fintech industry at Currency, a Sandhills global company. We offer full-time positions in financial sales, compliance, operations, and other fields. We also offer a 4.5-day work week, an attractive benefits package, and opportunities for advancement. Put your motivation to work and grow with us at Currency. Visit gocurrency.com/careers to learn more.
At Farm Bureau Financial Services, we strive to provide you with the right coverages for all your insurance needs by taking the time to meet with you and review what coverages best fit your needs. So whether you're in the market for home, auto, farm, business, life, or a combination of any of these coverages, we can help with making sure you, your family, or your business have the right coverage based on your individual needs. If you would like to review your insurance needs, please contact Ben Spurt with Farm Bureau Financial Services at 402-217-9945 or through email at ben.spurt@fbfs.com.
Have you been injured in an accident and don't know where to turn? You need an attorney you can trust to handle your case with professionalism and compassion. The attorneys at Liberty Law Group understand that a call to an attorney is a call for help. If you've been injured, we want to help you. Liberty Law's experienced attorneys are committed to the pursuit of justice for those injured. Call Liberty Law and find out how we can help you get the compensation you deserve. Call 877-42-LIBERTY. Call the trial attorneys you can trust. 877-42-LIBERTY.
Empower a child today with the Teammates Mentoring Program. Hope is only a conversation away when you choose to share your talent, time, and heart with the child. Together, you can build a relationship based on strengths and chart a brighter future, 1 week at a time. Find out how you can be a mentor by visiting lincolnteammates.org. Become what you needed as a kid by joining the Teammates Mentoring Program today.
Psst. You know what's better than waking up early to go to the airport? Sleeping in. Lucky for you, the lines at the Lincoln Airport are so short and our service is so fast. You won't need to sacrifice precious beauty sleep to get here hours before your flight. So, go ahead, sleep in. You deserve it, and choose the airport that helps you relax. LNK, make flying easy.
Empire Netting and Fence delivers top quality netting and fence solutions. From major sports venues to backyard installs and everything in between, coast to coast. We take on tough jobs with grit, integrity, and a strong commitment to safety. Empire is growing, and we're hiring motivated people ready to grow with us. We build each other up, and we're building something big. Think you've got what it takes? Apply now at empire-fence.com. That's empire-fence.com.
Finally, a good reason to have a smart house. Just say, Alexa, play 93.7 The Ticket, and we'll magically start playing. How's it work? Nobody knows. Don't ask questions.
Hello, I'm Joe Cordell, founder of Cordell & Cordell. Divorce is complicated, especially when your small business or professional practice is involved. At Cordell & Cordell, we understand that these assets raise unique valuation and allocation issues. For 35 years, we've helped doctors, lawyers, and small business owners navigate divorce with confidence. Call us at Cordell & Cordell. Let me tell you, I understand on a personal level, your business is much more than a job. It's your legacy.
1221 N Street, Lincoln. CordellCordell.com.
Hi, Sean Callahan here for Cobble Chevrolet GMC, and they're having the biggest hail sale they've ever had. A huge opportunity is at your front door right now. Some of these cars we're fixing, some we're not, and some it's totally up to you. New Sierra starting at $15,000 off list. New Canyons at $8,500 off list. New body styles on the Acadias, $3,000 off list. You need to hurry as there's going to be a lot of people heading to Louisville. Check us out at cobblecars.com. Stock numbers G121492, G187747, and G196599.
Saturday. Eagle Raceway is open for a full season of dirt track racing action every Saturday night. Don't miss the epic battles on the high banks of Eagle Raceway each Saturday between the Nebraska Septic Sprint Cars, Nebraska Lottery Modifieds, Avid Realty Sport Mods, Valentino's Hobby Stocks, and A1 Iron Stock Cars. Let's go racing. Eagle Raceway, just 10 miles east of Lincoln on O Street. Check out the full schedule at eagleraceway.com.
Now back to The Drive with AD, Raff, and Ahman Green on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Sorry for the pause there, Raff. I was sitting there for 4 seconds and Nick, I got to sneeze, but it just wouldn't come out. We'll see what happens. Whoa, uh-oh. We'll see what happens.
Pineapple. Pineapple.
Still just kind of lingering.
I could see it.
Oh.
Pineapple. There it is. It works. Woo! Like clockwork. You just got to say pineapple.
Let's say you're on the air live. You got a sneeze that's coming down the barrel, but you can't get it out. Nick keeps saying pineapple. For black folks, you say hot sauce.
Oh, is that what it is? Now, see, if I would have just started saying hot sauce, people would have looked at me and they would have said, Nick, what in the hell are you doing? And I wouldn't have been able to argue with them.
Hot sauce.
Yep, exactly.
Well, folks, one thing that's not a laughing matter, and I was with Nick. It was either Nick or Raff. One of you guys sent this. I seen it this morning when I woke up. I was already knocked out. I was like, maybe I'm still sleepwalking or just maybe not up. But, man, I did not want to see Caden Brumbaugh from the Nebraska baseball team hitting the portal. It was confirmed yesterday. The redshirt guy he's from Edmond, Oklahoma. A lot of former Nebraska football players from the Oklahoma area. But he started his career out at Okie State, and we got him for basically 2 years, and he's gone. Nick,
yeah,
that was a big one, man. Kale Frost was also a big one, but Caden, just Brumbaugh, I was like, bruh.
Well, this is one of the things that Nebraska is going to have to deal with. Almost every offseason is going to be guys that have exceptional seasons with the program, and then they look around and they go, okay, you know what? I think I can take my talents and elevate them a little bit. And that's, you do that by going to the SEC. And so I would imagine I first got wind of this a couple of days ago that there could be some notable names entering the portal. And there's I have no problem saying this publicly. There's going to be a couple of more that are not official and not public knowledge yet, or haven't entered the portal yet that will. But ultimately, when it's all said and done, yeah, you don't want to lose one of your more experienced guys. Caden Brumbaugh was your most consistent hitter this year, and just naturally, they're going to sit there and say, okay, you know what, the money is going to be better at an SEC program, sure, right? The national recognition is going to be larger, and I think I can elevate my game more there to get me ready for the next level. Nebraska's done a good job of putting guys into Major League Baseball organizations. Nebraska has. You go up and down the list under this specific staff, and you go back to guys like Spencer Schwellenbach, Cade Povich, then going a little sooner in guys like Max Anderson and Bryce Matthews and Josh Caron, and even guys like Emmett Olson and Brett Sears. Like, there, you can go up and down this list of, there's multiple guys, double-digit numbers in just 4 or 5 seasons that Nebraska baseball's current staff has put into Major League Baseball organizations. However, Nebraska's never going to be able to compare themselves with the recognition levels of the SEC. And so you get a guy like Caden Brumbaugh, who, whether it's for his best interest or not, he looks at an SEC program and says, yeah, you know what, I think I can do exactly what I did at Nebraska at a big time program. And it's hard not to want to leave. It's hard not to want to try to chase that and those sites that you have your eyes set on. And so that's where it's going to be really, really important for Nebraska to find JUCO guys. I think you're going to start to see Nebraska baseball. We already have in the last couple of off seasons, but hammer the JUCO ranks. You're going to see very few high school guys come to Nebraska, because when you're a program in the spot that Nebraska's in, and you lose some established guys year after year,
you need right now talent.
You need right now talent. And so if you, now granted, we might see some scholarships get pulled from some true freshmen in the next couple of weeks. We might see that. That's something that's a conversation potential with whether it's a local guy or whether it's not a local guy. We might see some scholarships get revoked and pulled back on, which really sucks, but Will Bolt's got to save his job. They got to keep working towards that common goal of hosting a regional, like they say.
Raff, there's also, in addition to Brumbaugh and Frost, 5 other players have hit the portal yet. Catcher Kalen Kambalista, outfielder Hayden Lewis, pitchers Aiden Leeser and AJ Sean Unger both hit the portal, along with catcher Cannon Sundgren. And some of these names aren't as familiar because they didn't play as much, hence why they're probably hitting it or were asked, because those are things like you mentioned, Nick, some of those scholarships, because you need right now talent. Now, granted, I know sometimes the people will say, well, they won the Big Ten. Yes, they did win the Big Ten, but when they're matched up against the likes of an OU, scrapping it out with Holy Cross, things of that nature, you need those difference maker guys on there, Raff. And Raff, I'll say this to you: we benefit from the portal, and we also get guys. You also have guys that get taken from us in the portal as well.
Yeah, and it was to be expected. I think we mentioned it last week, even that there'd probably be, some movement within the portal with the Nebraska baseball team. But like you said, it's like, yes, we lost, Caden Brumbaugh. However, there might be somebody out there that we don't know about that they have their eyes on, to maybe come in and replace him. And then also another thing too is never shut the door. I mean, maybe he goes and looks at SEC teams and maybe he doesn't find what he's looking for, so I'm sure the lines of communication are still open. So you never know.
I agree. The portal giveth and the portal taketh away. On the softball side, there was a couple Huskers as well that entered the portal last week. Reserve pitcher Caitlin Olinsky, she hit the portal. She appeared in 23 games for the Huskers of the past 2 seasons. And then there was also catcher Macy Vicker. She played in 3 games in 2025, and both of those eventually entered the portal as well, Nick. So that leaves us with 0 catchers. I'm pleased to believe that's 0 catchers right now because you graduated too.
Yeah, so I think also, and reverting back to baseball too, so you lose Hogan Holixo, who's a senior, right? And then Colin Cymbalista. There's going to be another new backstop behind the plate for Nebraska baseball as well. And so I just think that overall, Nebraska baseball is in a very crucial spot. Husker softball, you feel a little bit better about because they're returning about 7 of their starters from last year. This year, Nebraska baseball is going to have to go through a wholesale change. It's going to look a lot different. I think you look around at some positions, Case Sanderson's going to have a decision to make on whether or not he wants to try to obtain professional status or if he wants to come back for another year, right? Over there at first base or right field.
That's a good point.
We can just go throughout the field. And okay, so you go through, what is it? So Case Sanderson at first, he's a wild card on what happens there. Caden Brumbaugh played a healthy dose of second base for you this season. He just entered the transfer portal. Dylan Carey had a really nice year, both defensively and offensively for the Huskers. So he's going to have a decision to make on professional opportunities. Over there at third base, it's you're fighting with Devin Nunez, who had a standout freshman year, who I think, and I said this last week, priority number one for the Huskers needs to be figuring out a way to retain Devin Nunez. And if you're an SEC program, that's a guy that you look at and say, let's go ahead and poach him away from the Huskers because we can give him an opportunity in both the NIL department and in the baseball department that Nebraska can't match. So hopefully Nebraska can retain a guy like Devin Nunez. If you can't, you have Josh Overbeek, who has a chance because of the JUCO rule to have another year of eligibility. And so Josh Overbeek could come back over there at third base, but he was banged up to end the year. Then you go out to the outfield, and in center field, it's Riley Silva, who finished up his last year. He won't be there next year. Robbie Bolin will probably slide over from right field to center field, and he'll man center field. But it's you don't have a guy. Gabe Swanson, his career is done. Like, you unfortunately don't have a guy in this lineup if guys like Case Sanderson and Dylan Carey leave, and Brumbaugh, obviously, that you want to sit here and say, this is exactly who we want to build around. And so, like, while Robbie Bolin's bat is effective, what he does best is similar to Riley Silva, where it's a high contact guy, wreak havoc on the base paths, and elite defense out there in center field. Unfortunately, though, we saw that the name of the game a lot of times is you need to be able to score runs. You have to be able to score runs. And when it's all said and done in Nebraska right now, if Dylan Carey and Case Sanderson elect to go pro, which they'll have chances to, you don't have a bat in the lineup that you're saying, yeah, you know what, this is going to be who we center it around. And so there's going to be a lot of fresh faces next year, and it's a very, very important and crucial offseason for Nebraska baseball.
Well, they got until July 1st to make those moves. That's why you got those guys making that movement right now. It opened up just 3 days ago, June 2nd, and they have until July 1st for this portal. But as we mentioned, the portal giveth and it taketh away. In women's softball, the World Series is going down there in Oklahoma State. Nick, have you been to that? They said that softball stadium is one of the best in the world.
Yeah, so USA Softball Stadium, it's really, really cool. It's down there in Oklahoma City. Did you guys see what happened last night with the intentional walk? So Texas had runners on second and third, and Nigeri Kennedy, who was essentially $1 million NIL acquisition for Texas Tech, who's been lights out this year, she was trying to intentionally walk a Texas batter with runners on second and third. And Texas at this point was down. What were they? They were down 1-0, I believe, to Texas Tech. And they, on 3-0, she left it too much over the heart of the plate. The Texas player hit it. It was a base hit into left field. It scored both runs to give Texas the lead. Texas eventually won the game.
I just caught that on the highlight this morning when I was making coffee, and I didn't realize that. Look at the longevity of the game. I just seen that was the game where I didn't realize what led up to that.
Yeah, she was trying to intentionally walk her, and she got a little close with a couple of those pitches, and they were balls because the catcher was standing up, but it was just below a chest high fastball. She was trying to intentionally walk the Texas batter.
And paid for it.
Lack of awareness and just a lack of focus. Those minor details. She left one over the heart of the plate on 3-0. It was green light for the Texas hitter, and she hit it in the left center field.
Did you hear the coach where he said about saying that, are you sure you had the green light there?
Yeah, right. Yeah. It's crazy. I mean, because then on top of it is what's wild is, and you saw it on the reaction time of the fielders, is they were not aware that she was going to hit either, because they're sitting there saying, oh, we're intentionally walking her. They're back on their heels. It could have been a ground ball that was fielded by the shortstop, but the shortstop was so far on her heels. She had bad reaction time, and it went into the outfield.
Well, game 2 is tonight, 7 p.m. Obviously, if Texas takes care of, if they win tonight, it's a wrap. They take care of business. I'm not sure how many champions. Texas softball.
Oh, yeah.
I think they got a number of them, don't they?
Very good.
Yeah, like their baseball team as well. So Texas Tech better show up tonight. There's going to be a short-lived series for them. That game's at 7 p.m. tonight. We'll discuss history when we come back, folks. It's The Drive. Ride with us.
Hi, Hi, Sean Callahan here for Copple Chevrolet GMC, and they're having the biggest hail sale they've ever had. A huge opportunity is at your front door right now. Some of these cars we're fixing, some we're not, and some it's totally up to you. New Sierra starting at $15,000 off list. New Canyons at $8,500 off list. New body styles on the Acadias, $3,000 off list. You need to hurry as there's going to be a lot of people heading to Louisville. Check us out at copplecars.com. Stock numbers G121492, G1877747, and G1965999.
Psst. You know what's better than waking up early to go to the airport? Sleeping in. Lucky for you, the lines at the Lincoln Airport are so short and our service is so fast. You won't need to sacrifice precious beauty sleep to get here hours before your flight. So, go ahead, sleep in. You deserve it, and choose the airport that helps you relax. LNK. Make flying easy.
Hello, I'm Joe Cordell, founder of Cordell & Cordell. Divorce is complicated, especially when your small business or professional practice is involved. At Cordell & Cordell, we understand that these assets raise unique valuation and allocation issues. For 35 years, we've helped doctors, lawyers, and small business owners navigate divorce with confidence. Call us at Cordell & Cordell. Let me tell you, I understand on a personal level, your business is much more than a job. It's your legacy.
1221 N Street, Lincoln. CordellCordell.com.
Grandma and Grandpa, Mom and Dad, then the kids, and now the grandkids. Judson Irrigation has provided lawn sprinkler system design, installation, repair, and service to 4 generations. They're just like members of the family. Loyalty, trust, service. It's what you deserve and expect from Judson Irrigation.
Keep summer green. Call Judson Irrigation 402-420-6277 or judsonirrigation.com.
Saturday. Eagle Raceway is open for a full season of dirt track racing action every Saturday night. Don't miss the epic battles on the high banks of Eagle Raceway each Saturday between the Nebraska Septic Sprint Cars, Nebraska Lottery Modifieds, Avid Realty Sport Mods, Valentino's Hobby Stocks, and A1 Iron Stock Cars. Let's go racing. Eagle Raceway, just 10 miles east of Lincoln on O Street. Check out the full schedule at eagleraceway.com.
Your Nebraska Lottery announces the 2025 NASCAR Powerball Playoff. And it's a great way to get on track for a chance to win $1,000. From May 27th to June 23rd, buy $2 of Powerball, enter the voucher number online, and you could be one of 20 winners of $1,000 and a chance to win a VIP trip to the NASCAR Championship Weekend at Phoenix Raceway. Roar into any Nebraska Lottery retailer and buy $2 of Powerball today. Powerball top prize odds 1 in 292 million.
Schwieso Construction is now hiring for skilled craftsmen, steel erectors, concrete workers, and general laborers. Schwieso Construction offers great benefits like premium wages, health and dental insurance, paid holidays and vacation, 401k with company match, life insurance, and disability insurance. They pride themselves on a legacy of 40 years built on integrity and trust. Joining their team means becoming part of a family that values hard work, dedication, and mutual respect. Apply today at schwieso.com. That's SCHWISOW.com.
Nebraska Veterans Aid is here for veterans and dependents facing unforeseen financial emergencies. Get assistance with food, fuel, shelter, clothing, transportation, and even funeral and medical expenses. If you're a veteran facing a financial emergency, apply for Nebraska Veterans Aid through your county veteran service officer. Learn more at veterans.nebraska.gov/NVA. Sponsored by the Nebraska Department of Veterans Affairs, aired with the Nebraska Broadcasters Association and this station.
Rashawn Jackson here for Bauer Infrastructure, a veteran-owned local company proudly serving Lincoln, Lancaster County, and the surrounding areas. Bauer provides quality work at an affordable price, and they're growing rapidly. If you want to experience a career with a fast-paced, family-friendly environment, visit BauerInfrastructure.com. They have top-of-the-line benefits, year-round work, even through the winter. Bauer, usher in the new era of infrastructure to an area near you. And as always, go Big Red!
A lot of businesses say they're family focused, but when tough situations in life arise, the business wants anything but your best interests. James Enterprise Incorporated is hiring, and they will always treat their employees like family, just as they do their customers. James Enterprise Incorporated is hiring Class A and B CDL drivers, a shop tech, and a diesel mechanic. If you're looking for a career with a company that goes above and beyond to value you and your family, Apply today at jamesenterpriseinc.com or call 402-432-6740.
Hey there, this is Paul Scheel, owner of High Electric. I want to thank our friends and loyal customers and introduce High Electric to those looking for a new electrician. We've been serving the Lincoln and Omaha area for over 30 years, from design to install, upgrades, and repair. If you are a homeowner or a small business needing some electrical work, call us at 402-466-6606 or check us out at hyelectric.com. We look forward to hearing from you.
Have you been injured in an accident and don't know where to turn? You need an attorney you can trust to handle your case with professionalism and compassion. The attorneys at Liberty Law Group understand that a call to an attorney is a call for help. If you've been injured, we want to help you. Liberty Law's experienced attorneys are committed to the pursuit of justice for those injured. Call Liberty Law and find out how we can help you get the compensation you deserve. Call 877-42-LIBERTY. Call the trial attorneys you can trust. 877-42-LIBERTY.
Now back to The Drive with AD, Raff, and Ahman Gray on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are back. Before we share some breaking news, got to tell you who helps us keep this news flowing on The Drive. This segment is brought to you by Jack Russell of Farm Bureau Financial Services. Jack has been a well-respected representative since 1999. Can help protect your home, vehicle, family, or even your future. Give Jack a call today at 402-421-9100 or visit one of his 2 locations in Lincoln or in Seward and learn how Jack Russell of Farm Bureau Financial Services can help you. Nick, we got some breaking news, and it's not good news.
Yeah, it follows up the conversation that we just had regarding the Husker baseball team. Less than 10 minutes ago, Robbie Bolin entered the transfer portal. So the Huskers lose an established outfielder, a guy that was going to play a very crucial role in Nebraska's success next year. Robbie Bolin, who, I mean, I just got done talking about how he'd be an elite center fielder for Nebraska. He's going to slide over. We get to commercial break and I get a little notification, and Robbie Bolin has officially entered the transfer portal. So he is not going to be rejoining the Huskers next year. Played at Barton Community College 2 seasons ago in 2024, was a JUCO All-American. Played quite often for the Huskers, was a big part in the games down the stretch for Nebraska, but Robbie Bolin officially entered the transfer portal. So builds onto the conversation of there's going to be a lot that Nebraska baseball is going to have to replace in experienced guys. And I'll build to say it again, is this is not going to be the last one that we certainly hear about.
I am really getting sick of this fly.
Yeah, I was saying, you're getting angry over there.
Yeah, I'm getting mad because
we need to get a fly swatter right there.
It rolled up there.
I would imagine that somebody allowed a fly in here. We try our best to keep flies out.
Yeah.
We'll work on it during the commercial break. It's a very quick one.
Escort him out of there.
Yeah.
Well, he's history. Let's talk into history now, Raff. What we got? Wow. Well, speaking of history, in 2015 in Husker history, at age 15, Beatrice tight end Cam Jurgens receives a Nebraska scholarship offer. 2015. Here we are 10 years later. He was 15, and now he is absolutely loaded.
Yeah, 65 million or whatever it was.
65, 40-something mil guaranteed. And I love that kid. When I spoke at Beatrice his senior year, Jason Suter, shout out to Jason Suter, the former principal over there that retired a couple years ago. He's traveling the world right now. So, Sue, wherever you are, man, I hope it's going well. But introduced me to Cam when he was a senior. You couldn't be happier for a better kid, man. Just a solid young man. So, shout out to him. But that was 2015 when he was 15 years old. Rafferty, what about you, my man?
All right. First question I have for you two is, have you guys watched Ferris Bueller's Day Off?
Oh,
I
yes.
have seen that a
Yes.
time or two.
Yes.
Okay, then this will be good history. 40 years ago today, they filmed the excerpts at Wrigley Field for Ferris Bueller's Day Off. It was the Chicago Cubs versus the Atlanta Braves. And I dug a little bit deeper. The Atlanta Braves won that day. Rafael Ramirez hit a 2-run home run in the top of the 10th to beat the Cubs that day. But that was the day they filmed Ferris Bueller's Day Off, where they caught the foul ball and when they were in Wrigley Field. So 40 years, craziness.
Wow. 40 years ago. That does not seem right at all, dude. Does not seem right. Hey,
Nick
I'm going to tell you guys.
16.
What's that?
Nick was a negative 16.
I would have been negative 16. That's right.
I'm going to tell you guys a show that I started watching last night before I went to sleep. I watched an episode and a half. It's called Stick, and it's a golf show. And Owen Wilson is a former golfer, pro golfer, and life has had some ups and downs for him, but it is absolutely hilarious. If you love golf, even if you're a casual watcher of it, you're going to love the show Stick. The new episode every Wednesday. So it's been on for a few weeks now, maybe even that, but it is absolutely hilarious. If you love golf, you're going to watch this because Owen Wilson, first of all, is funny as
What's
heck.
it on,
Anyway.
Eddie?
It's on, I believe it's on, what did I watch it on? I think I watched it on Apple. Yeah, I watched it on Apple.
Oh, you have Apple.
Yeah, there's too many of them.
Interesting.
It is, but Apple.
I don't get Apple.
It is hilarious, dude. It's called Stick, Owen Wilson. And there's a scene I was sending in our group chat where he's selling this guy a driver. And it sounds like every one of us that play golf, I mean, he does a smooth job. He goes, you won't even feel the same with this driver. He goes, yeah, I don't even feel the same with this driver. But yeah, you got to check it out. Check out Stick on Apple TV or just look it up and see what other maybe platforms it's playing on. Folks, when we come back, we got some All-Americans to discuss, some Husker recruiting. There's some big names that are in town starting today down at One Stadium Drive. It's The Drive. We'll be right back.
Hey there, this is Paul Scheel, owner of High Electric. I want to thank our friends and loyal customers and introduce High Electric to those looking for a new electrician. We've been serving the Lincoln and Omaha area for over 30 years, from design to install, upgrades, and repair. If you are a homeowner or a small business needing some electrical work, call us at 402-466-6606 or check us out at hyelectric.com. We look forward to hearing from you.
93.7 The Ticket is your home for every Kansas City Royals baseball game. Bobby Witt Jr., Salvador Perez, Vinny Pasquantino, and the rest of the Royals attempt to make the postseason for the second season in a row. And you can hear all the action on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com. Your home for Kansas City Royals baseball.
A1 Automotive's second location is now open at 5110 State Hill Drive, just off of Yankee Hill Road. The new location continues to specialize in all makes and models and provides personalized service as they have for 15 years. To honor the new store opening, A1 is offering $25 off any service over $300, $50 off services over $500, and $75 off services that total over $750, all through July 31st. Schedule your appointment today at A1AutoLincoln.com and visit their new location in South Lincoln at 5110 State Hill Drive.
A lot of businesses say they're family focused, but when tough situations in life arise, the business wants anything but your best interests. James Enterprise Incorporated is hiring, and they will always treat their employees like family, just as they do their customers. James Enterprise Incorporated is hiring Class A and B CDL drivers, a shop tech, and a diesel mechanic. If you're looking for a career with a company that goes above and beyond to value you and your family, apply today at jamesenterpriseinc.com or call 402-432-6740.
Are you looking for an exciting new way to put your skills to work? Explore new career options in the fintech industry at Currency, a Sandhills global company. We offer full-time positions in financial sales, compliance, operations, and other fields. We also offer a 4.5-day work week, an attractive benefits package, and opportunities for advancement. Put your motivation to work and grow with us at Currency. Visit gocurrency.com/careers to learn more.
Make your move fun and easy with the help of Movers and Shakers. Movers and Shakers is homegrown, female-led, and ready to help make your transition to a new space as seamless as possible. They excel at residential and commercial moving jobs, as well as offer home cleanouts and junk removal services. Moving into a new place is stressful enough, so let Movers and Shakers ease the transition. Give them a call today at 712-899-6265 or book your move online at www.moversandShakersNE.com today. Rosie's Sports Bar and Grill, open for lunch and dinner at 1501 Center Park Road, just south of 14th and Highway 2.
A lot of businesses say they're family focused, but when tough situations in life arise, the business wants anything but your best interests. James Enterprise Incorporated is hiring, and they will always treat their employees like family, just as they do their customers. James Enterprise Incorporated is hiring Class A and B CDL drivers, a shop tech, and a diesel mechanic. If you're looking for a career with a company that goes above and beyond to value you and your family, apply today at jamesenterpriseinc.com or call 402-432-6740.
Have you been injured in an accident and don't know where to turn? You need an attorney you can trust to handle your case with professionalism and compassion. The attorneys at Liberty Law Group understand that a call to an attorney is a call for help. If you've been injured, we want to help you. Liberty Law's experienced attorneys are committed to the pursuit of justice for those injured. Call Liberty Law and find out how we can help you get the compensation you deserve. Call 877-42-LIBERTY. Call the trial attorneys you can trust. 877-42-LIBERTY.
This is Lincoln's home for sports talk on the FM dial. Also online at theticketfm.com. On the internet. KNTK FM Firth, 93.7 The Ticket.
Are you ready for a new opportunity? Check out Sandhills Global. Join a dynamic team where your skills are valued and your career can soar. We offer full-time positions with a 4.5-day work week, competitive pay, excellent benefits, and a positive work environment. From IT and marketing to sales and finance, we're looking for talented individuals just like you. Apply today at sandhills.jobs and take the first step towards an exciting future. That's sandhills.jobs. Don't wait, apply now.
Hello, I'm Joe Cordell, founder of Cordell & Cordell. Divorce is complicated, especially when your small business or professional practice is involved. At Cordell & Cordell, we understand that these assets raise unique valuation and allocation issues. For 35 years, we've helped doctors, lawyers, and small business owners navigate divorce with confidence. Call us at Cordell & Cordell. Let me tell you, I understand on a personal level, your business is much more than a job. It's your legacy.
1221 N Street, Lincoln. CordellCordell.com.
At Parkview Animal Hospital in Lincoln, it's not just their professional care that sets them apart, but their warm staff and state-of-the-art facilities. Whether it's for a routine checkup or a comprehensive medical procedure, at Parkview, your pet isn't just another number, but a valued member of their caring family. Visit them at PAHLincoln.com today and in person just south of 14th and Pine Lake Road. Parkview Animal Hospital, your pet, their passion for happier, healthier, furry friends.
Rashawn Jackson here for Bauer Infrastructure, a veteran-owned local company proudly serving Lincoln, Lancaster County, and the surrounding areas. Bauer provides quality work at an affordable price, and they're growing rapidly. If you want to experience a career with a fast-paced, family-friendly environment, visit BauerInfrastructure.com. They have top-of-the-line benefits, year-round work, even through the winter. Bauer, usher in the new era of infrastructure to an area near you. And as always, go Big Red.
93.7 The Ticket. Fox KFXL weather. Sponsored by John Henry's Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning.
The Lincoln forecast for today, we'll see a chance of showers throughout the day. Otherwise, mainly cloudy skies with light winds. The high near 74. Tonight, scattered showers likely with a low near 59. Tomorrow, a continued chance of scattered showers. Otherwise, mainly cloudy with light winds and a high near 77. I'm meteorologist Kyle for 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Welcome to The Drive with A.D. Raff and Ahman Gray. Former Husker football national champion, speaker, and author, Aaron Davis.
Nebraska will win the national championship. The Cornhuskers beat Miami. It is history, 13-0, and bring that trophy back to Lincoln.
Former Arena Football League quarterback, former head coach of the Capital City Crush, and guru of Husker football history, Chris Raff.
25 straight wins for the Cornhuskers. One of the most dominating stretches in college football history.
We may have seen one of the best teams in the history of college football tonight.
12-year NFL veteran.
He's got some speed to go with strength.
Huskers and Green Bay Packers Hall of Famer.
Shovel pass to Green into Vikings territory. Finally brought down.
And University of Nebraska East sports coach, Ahman Green.
Look at Green all by himself. 20, 10, touchdown.
Sponsored by Doors Plus on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
All right, folks, we are back on this tremendous Thursday. Eric, good morning to you, my brother, and happy Thursday to you as well. And good morning. Let's definitely have a great day today.
Eric's going to be sad tomorrow on the show.
Because you won't be on.
Because I won't be here. You won't be able to hear the velvety tones.
Velvety The velvet sound of swim.
Yep, that's me. Sorry, Eric. I'm depriving you on a Friday.
You know what, Rav? What do you got this afternoon, man? What do you got this afternoon?
Oh, what do I got this afternoon? I'm gonna do some dog sitting. I'm going to have a cigar. I'm going to, that's it.
Cool. And Lolo is doing good, right? Thank God.
She's doing good. We got great news from the veterinarian last night. So
that's a blessing.
The cancer, he got it, I guess, all out of her, and then it hadn't spread yet. So we had a happy house here last night.
Absolutely. How long has Trace had Lolo?
She turned 6 next week, so we're having a big party for her.
Yeah, that's a long time to have a pet, man. Those pets, those fur babies become family babies, man. It's love it. Nick, you got a busy one. You got some meetings and things.
Oh yeah, just hanging out. Just hanging out.
Yeah. I'm gonna be working, I think, from the deck today. Yeah, it's gonna be a perfect day to work from the deck.
It's too nice outside not to be outside.
Yeah, I don't want to be cramped up. I will have to go in a few times into the office for some Zooms because those out, especially with clients I obviously don't know. I don't want to be hanging out on the deck. Hey, yeah, want to keep it professional. But me and Lou will be on the deck, and hopefully this time he doesn't blow the spot up. If he does, he will be sent down to the yard someplace else where he can do that mess. So yeah, it'd be good afternoon. If you get outside, depending on where you're at. Lot of Husker recruiting. We're going to talk about the All-Americans too, but I want to get into Husker recruiting first, man. I think there's quite a few guys that are coming in. Raff, we talk about, the importance of peer recruiting, okay? And Nick, I'm just something I was thinking about over break. In football, they do it a lot. Some of your big players, obviously, when Trey Taylor is right now, obviously Raiola did it. Let me throw it back to baseball, though. Do they do that as much in baseball? Do they do that much in softball?
In terms of peer recruiting?
Yeah, just saying, hey, man, come to Nebraska. Hey, girl, get to Nebraska. Do you think a Jordy Ball is saying to other girls that are in the portal that Nebraska's targeting? Raff and Age, do you guys see that, Nick?
Go ahead, Raff.
I think in softball, I think we saw strong cases of that last year, the last couple of years with Jordy Ball. Baseball, I guess I'm not as familiar with. I'm not sure because the baseball team, they've only got how many scholarships does baseball have?
So it used to be, well, now you'll remember you can kind of alter rules now, right? So there's ways that scholarships have gone up. In the past years, though, it's been 11.7.
Mm-hmm.
So 11.7 full scholarships is what you can have. So I'll say this, it is prevalent in baseball. A lot of the guys, we talked about the JUCO route and the JUCO ranks. There's so many notable junior colleges, whether it's Hutchinson, whether it's Barton, whether it's KCK, whether it's Highlands, whether it's Fort Scott, where there's so many notable JUCOs around the country, and especially in the Midwest area. Iowa Western's in there as well, that a lot of these guys know each other. So what I'm getting at is Robbie Boland's a perfect example, right? Robbie Boland goes from Barton Community College to Nebraska, and then now now he'll transfer away from Nebraska. He just made it public about 15 minutes ago. He's going to transfer away from Nebraska. Well, he's going to be able to use a lot of his Barton connections with guys that are now at other Division I programs. There's a guy over by the name of Grant Nottleman, who I played with actually in high school, who was down at Sam Houston. He went to Barton, played with Robbie Boland at Barton, and then eventually transferred to Sam Houston. Well, just entered the portal out of Sam Houston. Well, guess what? His connections through Barton, through the coaches at Barton, through the coaches obviously at Sam Houston, he's going to be able to use those connections with guys that he knows to get him to another program that's a bigger program. And so there's a lot of different and potential avenues for relationships. I just think we don't hear as much about it because in football, the recruiting rankings are tracked a lot more seriously. People get super infatuated with the stars system.
Right.
This guy's the third best cornerback in the state of Florida. He's a consensus 4-star. Like, you just don't have that in baseball and softball.
Where do you think the baseball team lies, like, on the priority list, at the university, like from an NIL perspective?
Well, I think that in terms of it's a tough question, because how they're portraying it is that they are higher on the list. How they are acting upon it is that they are not higher on the list. This is kind of what I talked about on Monday with the facilities and the NIL investment, and yes, winning takes care of everything. Don't talk about it, be about it. Like, if Nebraska, I've urged, and I am fully aware that, despite being a baseball guy, I'm fully aware that it's not a revenue generating sport. It's nowhere near football. I am fully aware of, like, yeah, you know what? Football supports and funds baseball and softball and all the other Olympic sports. I'm fully aware and cognizant of that. But from a competitive standpoint, I look at the Big Ten Conference year in and year out, even with the additions of Oregon and Washington. And from a competitive and success standpoint, I look at the Big Ten saying, this conference is so gettable, so gettable for Nebraska. They've done it the last 2 years. Why not dominate when you have a chance? Why not have the investment into it when you can dominate this conference? Like, Oregon came in and they were able to host a regional right off the bat. There's no reason Nebraska couldn't be that. There's no reason for that. And you've won the conference now 2 years in a row at the conference tournament. The conference tournament's in your own backyard, for goodness sakes. Why not look at this as just an opportunity to say, all right, you know what? We'll still be able to fund all of the other sports that are revenue generating sports for us: football, men's basketball, volleyball. We'll still be able to handle our business there. But we look at baseball and we look at softball as two opportunities to dominate this sport and really put Nebraska on the map for some of these. And it just feels like Nebraska falls just short at being able to do that. And it's really, really unfortunate.
I think a key word too is investment. I mean, that investment piece, like you said, don't talk about it, be about it.
Yeah.
And the dollars, the checkbook tells the truth.
It does.
At the end of the day, the checkbook tells the truth.
I can tell without releasing the name, there was a notable guy that wanted to come here from Nebraska, or wanted to come to Nebraska last year, and simply put, they just weren't able to accommodate the NIL needs. That's just simple. And so, right, in the long run, did it hurt them because they still won the Big Ten title? No, right? They're still successful. But it goes back to, are you okay with your ceiling, quote unquote ceiling, being okay? Let's be good enough to win the Big Ten Conference, but not good enough to win a regional. Or are you at some point ready to say, no, you know what? Let's take it a step further, and we've won titles. This is our championship window of, if you will, to where, like, I would have looked at this last year with 7 of your 9 starters coming back. And while Nebraska attacked the transfer portal for a reliever, like, Nebraska didn't have a true number 1 guy on the bump. It just feels like, and we see it every year at regionals, where SEC and Big 12 schools are 3 or 4 starting pitchers deep, where Nebraska tries to can limp through like day 2 of the tournament.
Well, do a perfect example, Raff, Nick, was Oklahoma. And I think, Nick, like you mentioned, I think, yes, they did win the Big Ten championship, but then we get boat raced by the upper echelon teams because, to your point, Oklahoma didn't even use their top pitcher against us and blew us out.
That's my thing, is like,
because they're deep. They have those investments.
Yeah, they have the investments, and it's sexier to play baseball in the Big 12 or in the SEC. I just think, like, I will never forget, and Austin and I talked deep about this last year when we were down in Stillwater. And Florida was a team that made the College World Series and this, that, and the third. And I don't want to just compare Nebraska to a team in the College World Series, Raff. But we talk about the eye test all the time in football.
Yep.
And in baseball, it's one of those sports where, okay, yeah, you know what? You can steal a game from a team that, is probably bigger, faster, stronger than you on the baseball field. Sure. But I will never forget just the optics of seeing both teams lined up on the foul lines for the national anthem last year at Stillwater, and just the stark size differential. We talk strength and conditioning in football all the time.
They were massive.
And part of that featured Jack Caglione, but I'm saying the other guys too. Is like 1 through 9 in an SEC lineup can hurt you.
Yeah.
1 through 6 in a Big Ten lineup, that's where you got to kind of worry about. Maybe even like 3 through 6, 2 through 6. That's where you got to worry about. But I'm not saying Nebraska is ever going to be on the same playing field as an Arkansas or as an LSU. I'm not saying that. But I do wish, and I wonder at times if Nebraska's missing out on opportunities to absolutely run and dominate this conference.
A good question and everything you're saying, Nick, is on point, man. Raff, when Nick was just mentioning the sheer size of those other players, I mean,
yeah,
it's a noticeable difference, Raff. And I think until Nebraska, the powers that be, and it's not calling anybody out, it's just a reality. We've seen this 2 years in a row to win the Big Ten championship, and then you see them go against, the upper echelon, if you would, of the other conferences. And it's not even been close, bro.
Yeah, no, I agree with that. And also too, I keep on reverting back just the fact that you think about baseball in the South. I mean, we've said it before, but it just they might take it a little bit more important down there, which it probably is evident, by the NIL. And
yeah,
so it's just you have to make that decision. Are you going to go out and try and compete with the big fish? Or are you going to continually be, maybe not to where the big fish are? So you're probably going to lose some of your fish as they're growing to become bigger fish. It's kind of frustrating, but I understand it, so.
Well, I tell you what, Big Hoss, good morning. I want to get this answer for you because I'm in agreement with you on this. Well, I'm going to share my opinion. I'll let the other guys too. My Big Hoss says, good morning, guys. I don't think that a player should be able to transfer with only 1 year left. Should be a 2-year eligibility remaining at least unless extenuating circumstances like a coach leaves or being a JUCO moving or something like that. What are your opinions? I hate the 1 year transfers. I don't even I just don't like it. I'm with you, Big Hoss, if that's what you're saying there. I do not like 1 year left and you're out of there. However, Nebraska's also benefited from it. But at the same time, I just don't like that anyway. Even if it was us, I just don't like 1 year left and you're gone.
Well, I think this year it's interesting, Raff, because there's coaches that have operated going back, because you have a 2-year plan. Okay, what's this roster potentially going to look like in 1 year, in 2 years, in 4 years? And I think part of this, and I go back to like the COVID year, and I remember this. I mean, Max Anderson's a perfect example of this, to where Nebraska benefited off of a coach saying we're not going to take you because of it goes against our 2-year plan. So you have to find a new home. Max Anderson, people forget he was signed, sealed, delivered essentially to Texas A&M out of Millard West High School. And then when COVID all happened, they were like, look, we're going to allow these seniors to come on back rather than bring in freshmen and tell these seniors that they got to go because they have an extra year of eligibility. So we aren't going to honor your scholarship offer. And so then Max Anderson, a couple of months before the season started, he goes, all right, well, I guess I'm going to Nebraska. And it worked out really well for the Huskers, right? So I think like Robbie Boland's case, here it is with Robbie Boland. I think Robbie Boland looks at it and says, all right, I have a season available that I wasn't expecting to have. Husker baseball coaches are sitting there going, all right, cool. Robbie's got a year available that we weren't expecting him to have. And so on both sides, I think in this case, I'm sure it was Robbie going, hey, look, you know what? I can go take my talents somewhere. I had a nice year with the Huskers. I can go take my talents to somewhere bigger. But that's also not to be said that there aren't instances, Big Hoss, and I get your point on this, but this is where it's a slippery slope. And it's like, okay, well, you got to take the good with the bad, because I'm sure there's instances to where the staff goes, all right, you know what? Look, we understand that you have 1 year left, but we got to move on without you because we have a 3-year plan and there's guys coming in that we are going to have to value more than you at this time and place. And so, it's unfair and life isn't fair. I get it, but it's unfair for us to sit here and say, yeah, it's okay for the coaches and the programs to do that. But hey, players, you can't do that on your own. So that's where you got to take the good with the bad,
Nick,
unfortunately.
Go ahead, Raff.
No, I was just agreeing completely with Nick. I mean,
good point.
If you don't fit into a team's plan in today's world, it's like we're letting you go. And so it's got to be the same way for the player. If they don't feel like it fits there, they have to have that opportunity to go elsewhere.
Yeah, I feel that point. And you know what? I tell you what, Big Hoss, I see where you're coming from, and I like that point. But at the same time, what Nick and Raff just mentioned in particular, coaches do it too. So until and have been doing it as far as that's going, as far as that goes. I just hate it overall, but it is what it is.
This is where Chubby Rhino makes it, an interesting point. And this is, once again, it's just crazy. Imagine if the college football playoff was in Omaha every single year, how well would Nebraska fans show up? The College World Series is in Omaha year after year. Why in the world does Nebraska not go all in on baseball, knowing that they will have the dominant home field advantage in Omaha when Nebraska makes the College World Series? That's where it's like it's a bummer, because obviously the College World Series is going to be dominated by the Southern teams, and that's fine. However, this is where are you doing just enough to get enough success to keep fans happy, to keep boosters happy, and so you don't have to worry about replacing coaches? Or are you going for the biggest? And I'm talking from an athletic department standpoint. I'm not talking about coaches, because obviously Will Bolt and them, their goal is to make the College World Series. But once again, there's differences in talking about it, that these are your goals, and then acting and investing in that. And through it all, it's Michigan made the College World Series a couple of years ago. Indiana made the College World Series a couple of years ago. It's not impossible for a Big Ten team to do it. Oregon is going to be a team that's fighting for super regional bids year after year. UCLA was the number 1 overall seed a couple of years ago. Now, I get that those places are a little different geographically than Nebraska, Michigan, and Indiana, but it's not out of the realm of possibility. And Nebraska, it just feels like they are on the doorstep. And so then you ask yourself, okay, what are some attainable things that we can do differently to get Nebraska baseball or Nebraska softball or anybody, any of the other Olympic sports? How can we get them over the top? And it's simple nowadays. It's the NIL investment, number one, but I know everybody hates that. And so it's okay. What Will Bolt, what do you need to take this team over the top? And it's essentially, it feels like in a way that Nebraska's doing just enough to skirt by from an athletic department standpoint for Husker baseball, but not doing enough to go all in on winning a College World Series.
Nick, Raff, you look at somebody's workout. Okay, I'll use Nick and DF. Okay, Raff, back when you were doing Farrell's as well, when you won the award, I could look at your workout schedules and the frequency to see if you were interested or committed. If it was kind of like all over the board, sometimes they're on Tuesdays or Thursdays, maybe you were interested. But I can look at all 3 of your workout regimes and your schedules and see you were committed. You can do the same thing with a checkbook with a program, regardless of what sport it is. If you're interested, you'll do a little bit here and there. If you're committed, it's going to show. Now, I know you only can do with what you got in the account, which I totally get that.
Absolutely.
But when you're committed,
none of us are saying, hey, go into debt.
Exactly.
Just to spend.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You can't do that to the bankroll program. But at the same time, when you're committed, man, it's like my dad would always say, never allow lack of resources to stop you from being resourceful. So there's some things, it's going to show whether they're interested or committed this offseason.
Well, we've talked about this. We talked about the stadium. It's 25 years old. And we've talked about how it's probably due for some upkeeping, maybe some locker rooms where you don't have to walk across the berm. How many football facilities have we had in the last 25 years?
Because then I think it's these types of conversations. In a way, you're kind of taking away, by putting investment into the program, you are taking away the cop-out answers or the excuses of why it's not working. And this is where I think ultimately I was a fan of extending Will Bolt last year. I surely was. But I've said it publicly before, so I'll say it again, of it was surprising to me that it was a 5-year extension. and not a 3-year extension, right? Like it feels like at times, while I'm fully cognizant and aware of why and that football needs to be priority number one at this university, I get that. But it feels like it was a back burner decision. Let's do this. He won a Big Ten title. Let's throw this on the back burner. He's going to be here for 5 more years. And he wins another one, right? He wins the back-to-back. So it works out well. And so Nebraska's going to get, Will Bolt through, 2029, I think is what the when his contract runs up. And it's like, okay, cool. But then now what's next? Right? Like it's okay, yeah, he's extended through 2029. What are you going to do in that 5-year period now to where this feels like, okay, a step in the right direction to getting past the mountaintop or your what feels like your ceiling of just appearing in a regional? And I think a lot of times is you do these things with facilities and resources and investment. So that way, if Nebraska doesn't do anything in baseball, let me walk through a hypothetical situation. Nebraska doesn't update the stadium. Nebraska doesn't give more NIL investment. Nebraska doesn't upgrade the Gordon complex. And Nebraska continuously just makes a regional. We're all able to have these curious conversations of, man, I wonder what it would look like if Nebraska had investment. But guess what? You know how that conversation shifts once you do? Then it goes on the coach of, you have everything you need. What's the holdup? Are you the problem? And I don't think Will Bolt is the problem, but I'm sitting here going, you take away all of these excuses. You take away all of the BS with investments. You do. Because guess what? Will Bolt can't go to Troy Dannon after they lose and they drop 35 games in a season when they have a X million dollar budget in NIL and when it's competitive with other top echelon Big Ten schools and Big 12 programs. You can't use that as an excuse. You can't use the inability of resources to develop players when you have an updated complex or when you have updated strength and conditioning programs or you have updated batting cages and you have the best staff and nutritionists on campus. You can't use those as reasons why you're falling behind.
You know what, Nick?
It's an accountability piece.
I think you have a great point. And Raff, it's like this. You're asking someone, again, regardless if this is at Nebraska, regardless if this was at a radio station. Yeah, I want you guys to do great radio, but there's one microphone.
Exactly.
There's one monitor.
Hey, have a 5-person show with 2 mics.
Yeah, you got to equip. If you want excellence, you have to equip people for excellence.
Yeah.
And if you don't, you don't then. If you don't, you don't. It's that simple.
And that goes right back to Raff's point of yes, there's so much money that the football program generates, so much. And so, yeah, rightfully so. They should have the best equipment, right? But then I'm sitting here going, what is it produced? Out of all of it, I mean, this is what so Matt Rule's the perfect example of there's nothing that Matt Rule, and I'm not saying he has done this, there's nothing that Matt Rule or Scott Frost or Mike Riley could have used as an excuse of why this wasn't working, other than the right people just aren't in place or the wrong people are in place. And so that's why Nebraska football has now churned through coach after coach after coach, it feels like, because we all look around and we see this cathedral of college football of Memorial Stadium. We see them replacing the turf and the grass in the outdoor at the outdoor practice fields every 2-3 years. We see them replacing Memorial Stadium turf year after year, it feels like. We see them updating the Hawks, and we see them adding on to all these facilities, and then the nutrition, and we see all the documentaries, and yet it still does not generate nearly enough wins to compete on a national level. Well, then you have other programs at the same university that are competing on a national level with so much less.
Yeah.
And instead of looking at that as an opportunity of let's go out there and frickin' dominate, it just feels like at times there's some settling going on and lack of priorities into which one should we have and which sport can we dominate, and look at this as, you know what? Yeah, a College World Series appearance, that's pretty attainable for Nebraska baseball.
It is.
That's where it kind of gets frustrating. I'm not saying to dial it back on football. I'm not saying dial back on football, dial back on men's basketball. That's not what I'm getting at all. But there's a lot of just tireless energy put into things that don't generate positive results.
It's going to be an interesting offseason for the Scourge, no doubt, as far as baseball. Like I said, the news of the portal the guys hitting the portal. And there'll be news of guys that we're going to get from the portal, et cetera. But, Nick, it goes to your point, and Raff as well. I just think it's great conversation, curious conversation, as you tagged, Nick. I think it is, in that when you look at where they're spending their money, it'll show you, I think, the commitment level, not just here, but in any program or in any endeavor as far as that goes. Because at the end of the day, it's a business.
It is.
It is a business. And if you're committed to that business, you're going to get very, very resourceful on how to best role equip it to be successful across all categories.
The fan support is there for all these Olympic sports, and Nebraska could truly dominate, Raff. Like, you go out there to Haymarket Park on a Saturday in the late stages of April, early May, and there's 7,000 Husker fans that are there to watch a baseball game, and they are fully invested into it. It's not like if Nebraska was getting like Purdue or like, it is at Michigan State where they're getting maybe 550 people there. Yeah, sure. I get it. Right. You have to put the eggs in the right basket. But ultimately, when it's all said and done, people care about baseball here. And it's unfortunate that it feels like Nebraska's ceiling right now because of decision making. It stinks that the ceiling feels like, okay, regional appearance is the ceiling.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Or Nebraska's going to need Nebraska baseball is going to need like a Husker softball situation to where they can get through a regional without having to play the host site.
Right. It's going to be fun to watch. I'll tell you that much, folks. It'll be fun to watch and great conversation on it. We'll come back. We'll go down quick recruits who are going to be in town starting today as far as that goes. It's The Drive, 937 Ticket.
Hi, Sean Callahan here for Koppel Chevrolet GMC, and they're having the biggest hail sale they've ever had. A huge opportunity is at your front door right now. Some of these cars we're fixing, some we're not, and some it's totally up to you. New Sierra starting at $15,000 off list. New Canyons at $8,500 off list. New body styles on the Acadias, $3,000 off list. You need to hurry as there's going to be a lot of people heading to Louisville. Check us out at koppelcars.com. Stock numbers G121492, G187747, and G196599.
At Parkview Animal Hospital in Lincoln, it's not just their professional care that sets them apart, but their warm staff and state-of-the-art facilities. Whether it's for a routine checkup or a comprehensive medical procedure, at Parkview, your pet isn't just another number, but a valued member of their caring family. Visit them at PAHLincoln.com today and in person just south of 14th and Pine Lake Road. Parkview Animal Hospital, your pet, their passion for happier, healthier, furry friends.
A lot of businesses say they're family focused, but when tough situations in life arise, the business wants anything but your best interests. James Enterprise Incorporated is hiring, and they will always treat their employees like family, just as they do their customers. James Enterprise Incorporated is hiring Class A and B CDL drivers, a shop tech, and a diesel mechanic. If you're looking for a career with a company that goes above and beyond to value you and your family, apply today at jamesenterpriseinc.com or call 402-432-6740.
Make your move fun and easy with the help of Movers and Shakers. Movers and Shakers is homegrown, female-led, and ready to help make your transition to a new space as seamless as possible. They excel at residential and commercial moving jobs, as well as offer home cleanouts and junk removal services. Moving into a new place is stressful enough, so let Movers and Shakers ease the transition. Give them a call today at 712-899-6265 or book your move online at www.moversandShakersNE.com today.
Your Nebraska Lottery announces the 2025 NASCAR Powerball Playoff. And it's a great way to get on track for a chance to win $1,000. From May 27th to June 23rd, buy $2 of Powerball, enter the voucher number online, and you could be one of 20 winners of $1,000 and a chance to win a VIP trip to the NASCAR Championship weekend at Phoenix Raceway. Roar into any Nebraska Lottery retailer and buy $2 of Powerball today. Powerball top prize odds 1 in 292 million.
Have you been injured in an accident and don't know where to turn? You need an attorney you can trust to handle your case with professionalism and compassion. The attorneys at Liberty Law Group understand that a call to an attorney is a call for help. If you've been injured, we want to help you. Liberty Law's experienced attorneys are committed to the pursuit of justice for those injured. Call Liberty Law and find out how we can help you get the compensation you deserve. Call 877-42-LIBERTY. Call the trial attorneys you can trust. 877-42-LIBERTY.
93.7 The Ticket, Fox, KFXL weather. Sponsored by John Henry's Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning.
The Lincoln forecast for today, we'll see a chance of showers throughout the day. Otherwise, mainly cloudy skies with light winds and a high near 74. Tonight, scattered showers likely with a low near 59. Tomorrow, a continued chance of scattered showers. Otherwise, mainly cloudy with light winds and a high near 77. I'm meteorologist Kyle for 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Now's the time to lock in the best deal of the year on a new John Deere sprayer during Landmark Implement's Sprayer Early Order Program. Leverage the industry's latest technology with See and Spray. Target weeds with precision and cut herbicide use. Utilize Exact Apply to save in chemical usage and prevent over-application. Don't forget, secure early order savings and get the sprayer that maximizes every pass. Visit your Landmark location for full details and experience the Landmark difference. Rashawn Jackson here for Bauer Infrastructure, a veteran-owned local company proudly serving Lincoln, Lancaster County, and the surrounding areas. Bauer provides quality work at an affordable price, and they're growing rapidly. If you want to experience a career with a fast-paced, family-friendly environment, visit BauerInfrastructure.com. They have top-of-the-line benefits, year-round work, even through the winter. Bauer, usher in the new era of infrastructure to an area near you. And as always, go Big Red.
Rosie's Sports Bar and Grill, open for lunch and dinner at 1501 Center Park Road, just south of 14th and Highway 2. Empower a child today with the Teammates Mentoring Program. Hope is only a conversation away when you choose to share your talent, time, and heart with the child. Together, you can build a relationship based on strengths and chart a brighter future, 1 week at a time. Find out how you can be a mentor by visiting LincolnTeammates.org. Become what you needed as a kid by joining the Teammates Mentoring Program today.
Are you ready for a new opportunity? Check out Sandhills Global. Join a dynamic team where your skills are valued and your career can soar. We offer full-time positions with a 4.5-day work week, competitive pay, excellent benefits, and a positive work environment. From IT and marketing to sales and finance, we're looking for talented individuals just like you. Apply today at sandhills.jobs and take the first step towards an exciting future. That's sandhills.jobs. Don't wait, apply now.
Now back to The Drive with AD, Raff, and Ahman Gray on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
All right, folks, we're back on this beautiful Thursday morning. Thank you for riding with us. Beautiful day here in the capital city. Again, come down to 1040 O Street. Got a nice little crowd out there mingling. Give a shout out. Go ahead, man.
No, go ahead.
Big shout out to, I just looked online and realized it was, learned it was Matt Dow's birthday.
Oh,
Matt
no
Dow,
way.
from one of our partners, Nutrition Authority right here in Lincoln. So Matt Dow, man, I hope you're appreciating and loving life. I know you are. You help so many people out, man, in their quest for fitness and just overall life quality, man. So Matt, enjoy your day, man. Love your brother. I've known him for a lot of years, but happy birthday to MD. Happy birthday.
That's
to Matt
awesome.
Dow. Absolutely. Absolutely.
That's awesome. How about this? And this is where I think we can talk about recruits and everything in just a moment. Old Dad 34 makes a really interesting point. And he makes it without, I think, honestly, Raff and AD, without even probably realizing it. Old Dad 34 says Nebraska won't spend money on a team that doesn't produce on the diamond or on the field. In my opinion, why would they? And Old Dad 34, like you bring up that very valid question. And guys, this goes into this like question I want to pose to you guys and to the text line 402-464-5685. In what comes first, the chicken or the egg?
I was going to say that, Nick.
What comes first?
We spent a lot of time together.
Is it the investment to generate wins and success, or is it wins and success generates NIL investment? And it's bizarre because you get into this redundant cycle that I think there's no perfect or correct answer, and it's very subjective to where what do you feel like needs to come first? Does the university need to see wins and success on the field consistently to then put in investments, or are you okay with saying, you know what, we're going to put some money into this thing and expect that this will generate more success than what we currently have?
You go ahead first, Raff.
I was thinking about it as Nick was talking about it. I think if you look back, 20, 25 years, I think you could have you could bring in that coach and then maybe not have the fundage or whatever. And then as they started building their team, then the funding started coming in. But I'm almost thinking in today's world, I don't think the time frames are allowed, and with having players being able to enter the transfer portal the way that they do, I think now you've got to have the fundage to get the results.
Raff, I again, man, you spend a lot of time together. All three of us do, and I'm
too much.
I'm so gonna throw punch you.
You haven't said that in a couple of days. I was starting to get sad.
You were keeping your mouth in order.
I was starting to get sad. The threats hadn't been around for 2 days or so. I was like, man, I feel like we're not having a fulfilling relationship.
How can I offend AD in DC?
Yeah. Okay. Anyway, continue though.
Well, here's what I believe here, man. In this new landscape of collegiate sports, you don't have time like you did even 5 years ago. 20 years ago, sure as hell not. But just 5 years, no, you don't. You have to equip people now, because what that does for you as an athletic department, it takes the onus off you. It clears a lot. I'm not saying excuses. It clears a lot of objections. Hey, well, we don't have this. No, you do have this. So it clears a lot of things out of the way to where it's like I've equipped you with a full professional kitchen and ingredients. Go cook. Either you can cook or you can't.
And then to use that analogy, that's good, because that's actually a pretty good analogy, because then you can build off of that and say, okay, is your head coach a good cook, or are they just a pre-made recipe type of guy?
Are you at a 5-star restaurant, chef? Or did you get somebody that was just working at a local pub somewhere and not knocking their food? But there's a major difference. Did this person go to culinary school at some of the finest? Or you got a Bob Haney, or do you got an AD?
Hey, or are they just adding water?
Yes.
Well, I mean, I look back to this. Look back to Dave Van Horn back when he got to Nebraska.
There you
You're
go.
playing at Bug Belcher Field. You don't have much. However, he comes in. He has a system that he coaches. He goes out. He brings in his players. Well, he knew that when he brought in those players, he'd be able to coach them up. As the years go by, they'd get better. They'd progress. Well, now you might have that system, but the player you bring in thinking, okay, we're going to build them up, or they're going to be great. They decide, well, I can get more NIL down south. I'm out of here. And I think that's a big difference in today's world. So you've got to have some commitment to it.
Yeah, there's got to be commitment. And Thunder Night Collins, a good question. What you're saying here, he goes, well, hang on a second. Are we suddenly saying that conference championships are success? I think that's a step towards success. You're not going to say we don't want one. I get what you're saying.
Yes.
Or do we mishear the text? Because the baseball team just won back-to-back conference championships. Yes, they did. So you're not taking anything away from that. What I'm saying, Nick, you brought up the great point earlier. Okay, is that the ceiling then? Is that what you're aspiring to?
And I would say, are you okay with it? Are you okay with basically coming out here and saying, you know what? Yeah, we're going to keep on just achieving this and be okay with it.
It looks like,
I hope not.
The conference championship is great to have. You get a ring and stuff like that. But in all honesty, what does the conference championship do other than get you a free bid in an NCAA tournament? I mean, it doesn't get us a home regional.
I mean,
yeah. So it's interesting to get some of these thoughts. Okay, so Chubby Rhino says, he sends a sarcastic text. Maybe if they went back to conference titles, it'll change. Big Bird, if you build it, and in this case NIL, they will come get a high-profile player, and the dominoes could start to fall. The other 7809 text in says, invest in on one hand and hope in the other. See which one happens first. And it's just crazy, because not to continue talking down the baseball road, but
no, I think it's a good conversation, though, man.
Because I think it can be applied to multiple sports. I think the same kind of philosophy can be applied on a larger scale for sports like football, on a smaller scale for the less popular sports. And like AD was asking, we were having the conversation during the break of like, okay, if you're in Nebraska, what is like a realistic number in facility upgrades that you would need to invest? And like I threw out, like Texas A&M just threw $85 million at their baseball program. I'm not saying Nebraska needs to go anywhere close to that. That's not what I'm saying.
Right, different.
They're playing baseball in a different league. Like that's a different world, right? But Nebraska could sit here and say, we're going to have the best of the best in the Big Ten, and we're going to compete like with the ACC, right? Big 12 and SEC, they're on their own leagues, right? Maybe ACC too at a certain extent, but you're going to be competing with some of those schools with some upgrades. And I sat there and I was like, all right, well, maybe 20 million. I don't know. I'm just throwing numbers out there, but you don't need to throw 150. I mean, they just threw 590 at Husker football, which is needed. Like, I'm not saying that this is needed, but you take a small percentage of that 590 million and you say, okay, you know what? We're going to put it to a team into a program that has won back-to-back conference titles and does have a coach that has won 3 conference championships in 4 and 5 seasons. Like, you're going to reward those programs with flashy things. And it's now, who knows? Maybe there's something that in a week and a half they're going to announce something that there's facility upgrades. Maybe there is, right? But until then, we can have these conversations of what comes first, the chicken or the egg. How much more success do you need to see from a big picture standpoint to say, okay, you know what, this is worth investing in? And at the end, that decision comes up to Troy Dannon, right? It comes into the athletic director. How much does the athletic director prioritize sports other than football, men's basketball, volleyball? And I think we are still learning about Troy Dannon, and we're learning about what sports he truly prioritizes. And that's not a knock against him. But this is where you can run into sticky situations if you hire a football only guy. Is other sports and despite successes in other sports, they can take not a step back, but they can kind of be put on the back burner where they're still thought about and they're still appreciated and they're still supported, but not as much as somebody that would say, you know what, let's look at this from a holistic view. And while, yeah, I'm acknowledging that football is king and it will always be king and it should be, there's other sports that deserve the investment and the time and the energy and the attention, not to where they can be successful too.
Okay, Raff and Nick, you think about this because you guys said something earlier that I thought about it, and is with winning back-to-back Big Ten championships and with the rabid fan base that we have in baseball. If I'm a big guy in the portal right now, and I'm considering Nebraska, I'm considering other schools that are equal or better than Nebraska, even on the diamond, you're going to look at facilities. So obviously you're looking at securing that bag, you know? But also you're looking like, so wait a minute, we get dressed where?
Mm-hmm.
So those small details mean a lot at the end of the day, man. Those small things like that, Raff. So it's kind of like when you guys said it, it just hit me. I'm just like, they're walking over the berm to go get dressed in the locker room. Now, that may seem like a small thing, inconsequential. At the end of the day, I don't give a dang where you get dressed at when the dang games. I get that. But those small things become big things.
100%.
You know what I'm saying? Those details, Raff. Just something I was thinking about just off the cuff, man.
Nope, totally agree with you.
Yeah. Folks, I love it. And the reason why we kept on baseball, because like I said, there was a big day in baseball as far as the portal, and I love it, man.
You've lost 2 very notable players.
Big time.
I mean, very notable. You lost, well, and then in addition, it's Colin Cymbalista, who was a reserve catcher this year that, you know, is a guy that you could have looked up and said, okay, he's fighting for a starting opportunity. Because this is where you run into issues too with recruiting philosophy, right? We know this staff is going to attack the junior college ranks pretty hard. They did that last year. Robbie Bolin is somebody you brought in from junior college. A year later, he's gone, right? Colin Cymbalista, a guy you brought in from junior college. A year later, he's gone. Caden Brumbaugh, somebody you brought in from the Power 5 ranks in the transfer portal. He's gone 2 years later after his best year. What do you need to do differently to keep these guys on campus so you can build this success? Because now you've opened the door, and the cop-out answer for a lot of Husker fans next year, and we have to be careful not to do this, whether it's baseball, football, basketball, doesn't matter. The cop-out answer is going to be, well, they had to put a fresh 9 people on the field this year than they did last year. No, because guess what? If you handle your business off the field in investment and in NIL opportunities and in all of this, then you're able to alleviate some of these issues that you have and you experience. And so it's a recurring cycle of, once again, are people leaving because of things that you can control, or are people leaving because of things that you can't control? And if at any point you willingly say, well, they're leaving because of things that we can control, but we're going to continue to allow them to, then that's where you start to run into issues. That's where you start to run into issues.
Before we go to break here, unknown texture 2312, I totally agree with you here. It's important to keep in context that the baseball championships were tournament championships and not regular season. And that's a very valid point. And it's the truth. You got to keep that in mind. It's great. You played great for that week. Do it the whole season. Show consistency. It's not discarding. It's not just, like I said, not making sure it wasn't a good thing to win the back-to-back. But at the same time, it's like, let's keep it going.
AD's discrediting the championship.
Championships, whatever.
Your words, not mine.
No.
I thought the championship was pretty good.
No,
I'm kidding.
not discredited whatsoever. Not whatsoever. Folks, we got one more segment before I throat punch Nick.
Yes. Set a timer.
Yeah, set a timer. We'll be right back with the RGT. It's the drive.
Are you ready for a new opportunity? Check out Sandhills Global. Join a dynamic team where your skills are valued and your career can soar. We offer full-time positions with a 4.5-day work week, competitive pay, excellent benefits, and a positive work environment. From IT and marketing to sales and finance, we're looking for talented individuals like you. Apply today at sandhills.jobs and take the first step towards an exciting future. That's sandhills.jobs. Don't wait. Apply now.
Are you looking to upgrade or improve the garage door on your home? This is Cameron Hall of Doors Plus. At Doors Plus, we guarantee to offer a wide selection of options from 5 leading garage door manufacturers as we deliver a free estimate, exact measurements, and rapid installation with a 3 to 5 week time frame. When you choose Doors Plus for your residential garage door needs, you'll work with our experienced technicians and be ensured that your new door seamlessly complements your home. Give us a call at 402-590-5800 or visit us online at doorsplusllc.com. Doors Plus, garage doors and more.
Have you been injured in an accident and don't know where to turn? You need an attorney you can trust to handle your case with professionalism and compassion. The attorneys at Liberty Law Group understand that a call to an attorney is a call for help. If you've been injured, we want to help you. Liberty Law's experienced attorneys are committed to the pursuit of justice for those injured. Call Liberty Law and find out how we can help you get the compensation you deserve. Call 877-42-LIBERTY. Call the trial attorneys you can trust. 877-42-LIBERTY.
Empower a child today with the Teammates Mentoring Program. Hope is only a conversation away when you choose to share your talent, time, and heart with a child. Together, you can build a relationship based on strengths and chart a brighter future, 1 week at a time. Find out how you can be a mentor by visiting LincolnTeammates.org. Become what you needed as a kid by joining the Teammates Mentoring Program today.
Now's the time to lock in the best deal of the year on a new John Deere sprayer during Landmark Implement's Sprayer Early Order Program. Leverage the industry's latest technology with See and Spray. Target weeds with precision and cut herbicide use. Utilize Exact Apply to save in chemical usage and prevent over-application. Don't forget, secure early order savings and get the sprayer that maximizes every pass. Visit your Landmark location for full details and experience the Landmark difference.
At Parkview Animal Hospital in Lincoln, it's not just their professional care that sets them apart, but their warm staff and state-of-the-art facilities. Whether it's for a routine checkup or a comprehensive medical procedure, at Parkview, your pet isn't just another number, but a valued member of their caring family. Visit them at pahlincoln.com today and in person just south of 14th and Pine Lake Road. Parkview Animal Hospital, your pet, their passion for happier, healthier, furry friends.
Now back to The Drive with AD, Raff, and Ahman Green on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
All right, folks, we're back for our last segment before we close the door on the show. Raff, tell us something else good about doors, my man.
Well, we're proudly sponsored by Doors Plus. If your garage door needs maintenance or need an entirely new garage door, give Cameron Hahn and his team a call today at 402-590-5800. Doors Plus is locally owned and handles everything from residential or commercial garage doors, garage door openers, safety tune-ups, or custom design. Visit doorsplusllc.com to learn more. Doors Plus, garage doors, and more.
Do you guys care if I share a Nick's good take today before Raff goes?
Dive in with swim.
How about this one, guys? On this day, 26 years ago, Mr. and Mrs. Sainert tied the knot. 26-year anniversary for my mother and father. So happy anniversary to Craig and Lori as they celebrate 26 years today.
Happy anniversary
There you go.
to the Sainers.
Nick's
man.
good take.
That's
How
awesome.
about that one?
I love it. Happy anniversary to you both. That's good stuff, man.
What did they call it? 26 years of bliss or whatever it is? Yeah. Been blessed with me for 24 of them.
Hang in there, Craig.
yeah, right. Yeah. Hey, 26 years of marriage. Been blessed with Nick for 24 of them. Man, it's been great.
Living hell with this kid.
yeah. My dad's sitting at home going, "Dang, I missed those 2 years. Those were
Didn't we almost have it all?
Those were the best 2 years of my life." No, but happy anniversary to my mom and dad. 26 years. Love you guys. So awesome. Awesome job. A round of applause for Craig and Lori. 26 years. Anyway, Raff, go ahead.
All right. Well, today's Raff's Good Take was brought to me or sent to me by Mr. Pete Ferguson, and it's a great Raff's Good Take. This goes out to Mr. Mike Smith, the founder of the Bay. For 15 years, he is stepping aside for a new chapter in his life. All the things that Mike's done over the years for the youth of Lincoln, giving them avenues to skateboard, to find a career choice, just somewhere, safe for the children of Lincoln to go to. I just wanted to congratulate Mike for all the things he's done and what he's going to continue to do, not only for the city of Lincoln, but probably for the world. So, Mike, congratulations on 15 great years at the Bay. You are Raff's Good Take.
Nice.
Can't echo that enough about my man, my buddy, Mike Smith. He has done some amazing things. When he and I first sat down years ago now, it seems like, I contacted my agent out in California, Chris Fisher, one of my best buddies, said, "Hey, dude, this dude's not only going to be a great speaker, he's going to change the industry as a whole." And he definitely did that and some. And just his heart of servitude, man. The dude just loves to serve and create and help others. Him and his bride, Amber, I have a beautiful one on the way. And so they're just a lot of, he's done so much, man, for this community, for the city, for the country, for young people all over the globe as far as that goes. So shout out to my little bro, Mike, man. Proud of you. Love you, brother. 80s attitude adjustment, folks. I put this in today on IG, probably put it on Twitter later on, but it says imperfectly consistent mindset. Imperfectly consistent mindset, meaning you don't got to be perfect. It's not always going to be pretty, but just simply refusing to give up or give in. I'm telling you, folks, it's not about being the best all the time as far as being at your best. None of us are always at our best. Sometimes your best is 10% that you got in the tank for one reason or another. But that 10%, exhaust it. Use it all. Be imperfectly consistent, but just don't give up. Don't give in. Raff, take us home, my man.
All right, everyone. All right. Have a great day. The Saints, have a great day. I'm sorry you had to deal with those 24 years of Nick, but that's good. Be nice to each other, and we will talk to you tomorrow.
Rosie's Sports Bar and Grill, open for lunch and dinner at 1501 Center Park Road, just south of 14th and Highway 2.
Are you buying a home? Westgate Bank understands that you need to make important decisions during your home buying journey. Our local lenders in Lincoln and Omaha make themselves available so you can get the information you need to know. Use our mobile mortgage app to manage your transaction from pre-qualification to closing, no matter where you are. Get the service and convenience you want from a local community bank, where our interest is you. Learn more and visit us online at westgate.bank. Westgate Bank, equal housing lender, member FDIC.
Advanced Medical Imaging is the largest radiology group in